All right, hi. So we are Guild. And, I want to actually start out with a quick story. Before I joined the accelerator, I had a bunch of ideas, but no plans for execution. I knew that I didn't have the resources, the time, the money, the energy to really do anything of it with that idea. And then I learned about equity crowdfunding. We're all familiar with crowdfunding, where you have a business and I donate money to your business and you give me a t shirt or a sticker or something like that. Equity crowdfunding works a little differently. I still donate money to your business, but you give me a revenue share if your company makes some money. And recently, actually, about literally a year ago, the US government said that small businesses and startups can raise up to $1 million from non accredited investors. That's regular Americans like you and me that are not millionaires. So, what does this mean? It means that a belt company can raise nearly $500,000 in 40 days. It means that a social media startup can raise nearly $1 million in less than 3 months. And so it also means that there are a bunch of platforms that are now available that are hosting a bunch of companies, trying to get them to raise money and trying to essentially build a new industry. So, where does Guild fall into all this? Guild is an aggregator. If we have 10 different equity crowdfunding platforms in the market, we're showing you every single company that's raising money in the equity crowdfunding space. But we do more than just that. We also allow you to find, compare, and then manage the companies that you want to potentially invest in. So what did we do next? We reached out to the investors. We reached out to about 150 different investors to try and learn why they invest in equity crowdfunding campaigns. And we learned two key insights. One was that you have the passion believer investor. This is the mother whose child is diabetic and wants to provide her child a better life. So what does she do? She invests in a company that's making bionic pancreases, essentially trying to get her child a better life by supporting a company that is doing something for her child. The other investor is somebody who's genuinely interested in actually ROI, getting a return on their investment. So they diversify and they eventually have a portfolio of small businesses and startups that they own. But at the end of the day, both of these investors are motivated by passion, a belief that in their company that if they invest, they're either part of a movement to make the world better or a movement to grow a niche market. So what did we do knowing these insights? We created Guild. Now, Guild is a website that is content driven and it allows potential investors, again, to find, compare, and manage their potential equity crowdfunding investments. So a visitor will go on the website and let's say they'll click technology. And then they'll see all the technology companies that they can potentially invest in. And I know what you're thinking. How did we develop amazing high-tech websites like this using Excel? Well, this is just our MVP. And our goal is to develop this more to make it more robust and user-friendly. But essentially, the idea is that someone can go on and choose any number of categories. If they want to learn about AI companies or 3D printing, they can essentially filter for that. But at the same time, I mentioned we're content driven. We started to publish articles on Medium to try and educate people about the equity crowdfunding space, telling them why they should be investing in companies and how they have so much more power than they think they do.
So as we looked into the space, begin to realize we have three groups of competitors. Right? So initially, we have the equity crowdfunding platforms that are already out there. Then we have the traditional crowdfunding platforms that are already here. And then we have the aggregators of that information. So Access and NewChip are those aggregators and follow a similar model to us. But what we realize is that they don't actually use customer insights that we found. We found
Can you go into a little bit more detail in terms of the two competitors that you mentioned? I just also aggregate. What exactly do they not do versus what is that you do?
Sure. So
Uh-huh.
let me answer that. So UChip and Access, what they do right now is okay. So they are both aggregators and have this portfolio-like function. Um, but we recognize that they're just catering. They're just trying to I think, like, based on the consumer insights that we've received, we know how and why, what people look at when they're investing or when they're even considering a company. It's not really the metrics of like valuation of how much this company is worth because it's a startup. These valuations are really fickle. So what Access and UChip do is just information overload. And they take that, they put that all inside a little card that people kind of swipe through. And they expect people to make a decision on what to invest just based on what they read on a little tiny screen. But having actually reached out to investors, we know that it's more of an emotional connection that they look for. And then based on that, they'll make a decision to go and read into the company, read into the industry. So we hope to be able to provide all of that through our platform. So let's say an individual is interested in tech and specifically 3D printing. They're going to go on our website, see a description of a 3D printing company, and then say, okay, this is interesting to me. Why don't I go and read more about it? And Guild will offer them information about the said industry and just allow them to compare and contrast different companies.
But isn't it in fact just another categorization that new chip could have easily added?
But they haven't. And and so one of the things we've also done is again, like in reaching out to investors, try to figure out what platforms they currently use to do this comparison. And a lot of times they don't do comparisons. They just kind of stick to one platform and only that one platform, not really going beyond that. So because the space is so new, we really think that we could capitalize on the fact that there is no industry leader and become that kind of name that's synonymous with equity crowdfunding.
Okay, great. Any other questions?
I think I missed on how you're making money.
Sure. So our goal is to do lead generation, pay per lead essentially.
Oh,
Where
okay, okay. Oh, yeah, yeah. Oh,
so pay per lead. So by using the content to
okay,
drive subscribers to our
yeah.
website and having features on it that give us actually let me back up for a second. The equity crowdfunding space for non-accredited investors is literally a year old as of yesterday. And so we reached out to these equity crowdfunding platforms to ask them who invests and what are their motivations. And they don't know. There's a real serious knowledge gap because the industry is so new. So by connecting directly with investors, getting them to sign up for a portfolio where they can create mock portfolios and see, look, okay, these are the companies that I'm interested in, we can sell those as insights to the actual crowdfunding platforms, saying that, hey, we noticed that doctors love medical devices, but they also like chocolate. And so here's a potential opportunity for you to consider when you're looking for companies or when you're looking for new venues to market.
Okay, thank you. That concludes CUNY Startup Accelerator's Spring Pitch Day. Thank you, everybody, for all of your time. I know we went a little late. Um, Congratulations on being complete with this last 4 months. There's some really impressive work that happened over that time frame, so congratulations.